Hi, readers! I'm Zandra Robinson Burns, writer, the protagonist of Heroine Training, and Taylor Swift Psychic. So, I am doing a monthly reading for you for the month of March 2022 based on what Taylor Swift songs come up on Shuffle. I have been so enjoying pick a card videos here on YouTube, and I thought I would play with that format and bring my own psychic skills to that venue, to that structure. And the way that it works, if you're new to this, is you pick a card. In this case, it'll be a Taylor Swift Polaroid, and then skip to the part of the video that will be your reading based on what card you choose. So everyone in your group gets that reading. Simple as that. So I'll tell you a little bit about my Taylor Swift psychic powers. This is a personal practice that I have enjoyed over the years, of giving me some like tarot-esque life guidance as a well-versed Swiftie in the discography, the life, the history of Ms. Swift. And I have, in particular, been using it to guide my focus in Passion Planner. So I am an avid Passion Planner-er. You can find a playlist with lots of videos where I talk about my passion planning strategy. And I'm just feeling especially Swiftie this year. I've got Taylor collaged over the inside cover. I have a passion roadmap inspired by Look What You Made Me Do. It's got some reputation collaging. And I have just been every week in Passion Planner, you have this week's focus box. And over the years in the past, I've picked like a project that I'm focusing on this week or an important event. I've even done tarot cards, but frankly, I don't know the tarot as well as I know the Taylor. So this year I've been using that space to pick like Taylor Swift songs each week. And then each month in Passion Planner, this is what the monthly layout looks like. And you get this focus box up here as well. So you have your personal focus and your work focus. And once again, I have been drawing Taylor Swift songs for those spaces. And I'm going to be doing that for you as well. So all you have to do is pick a Polaroid, and then I will give you 2 songs, one for your personal focus and one for your work focus, and you can just write it in your Passion Planner for your month spread. I also did a weekly reading for the first week of February for the Pisces new moon, so you can find that video linked as well. I'll go into each day in detail, filling in the songs of the week with my corresponding readings, guiding you through that week. Are you ready for it? Here's Polaroid number 1. You know I love the players and you love the game. Number 2, darling, I'm a nightmare dressed like a daydream. And number 3, kaleidoscope of loud heartbeats under coats. So I will put these up on the screen for you to see and take a look at and choose which reading you would like. Okay, ready? We will begin with Polaroid number 1. You know I love the players and you love the game. I'm nervous. I'm excited. Okay, this is your personal focus. Okay. This is very cool. So you got the Joker and the Queen, Ed Sheeran's song featuring Taylor, which is the top of the list right now. It's the newest song. This one is immediately keeping me on my toes because it is the song that I'm probably least familiar with because it is brand new. So right off the bat, we have this like duality opposites partnership. It's a duet to begin with, and it's about two parts, the Joker and the Queen. That could be two parts of yourself. That could be you and another person. That I think there's just like this desire for balance by way of opposites this month. And a couple of lines that stood out to me was, I've been played before, kept my cards close. This song suggests like it's finally okay to be like, you're in a safe space. You can trust someone, you can let someone in. It feels like it is about a person, but it could also be about like embracing a side to yourself that you haven't felt like you could express before, that you've kept close. Now you can let that part emerge. What's really cute, like my favorite thing about this song is how full circle it has come. The music video has the same actors from Everything Has Changed, Taylor and Ed's first collaboration back in 2012. They're all grown up and they reunited to star in this new music video. So definitely watch the video for some more insight on what visuals stand out for you. It's really exciting when you get a song that has a music video. It's like a really important song, and this one is like the most recent. So there's something to that as well of like, yeah, this is feeling like an in the spotlight kind of song because it is the most recent one. It is top of mind, top of the list of songs in the entire collection. So it really does feel like you're bringing out a part of yourself that you felt like you had to hide. And maybe that is because of feeling supported by somebody. So thank that person if you know what if that feels like something that is true for you. What else? This song is like quite a journey because if we think about Taylor and Ed's songwriting history, it started back in 2012 and then they recently re-recorded Everything Has Changed for Taylor's version, of course, and then we also got Run unreleased as a part of that. So this is like very full circle. We have some key dates there as well. So Red in 2012 and then Red Taylor's version in November 2021. And now here we are. February 2022 is when Joker and the Queen came up. So if those dates have any significance to you about milestones in your personal progress, those are times that are worth reflecting on right now. So when you're choosing your personal projects for the month of March, I would look at the areas of self-expression and collaboration. And remember to embrace both sides of yourself, the Joker and the Queen. You can be both of those personas. My favorite imagery in the Everything Has Changed music video is when all the kids are decorating their cookies and the little Ed Sheeran character is just like lathering the cookie in icing and sprinkles. And then the little Taylor character has this like patisserie macaron with beautiful fruits. And it's just like really sweet. And this, I guess, really sweet, especially little Ed's. I know they have names, but I can't remember them right now. But like, just you can have both of those desserts this month. And don't worry about like presenting one version of yourself, like one branded persona of like who you are. You can be Taylor and you can be Ed, and maybe there are people in your life that represent both sides of that and can help bring both sides of that out for you. So that is your personal focus, the Joker and the Queen. Let's get your work focus next. You Need to Calm Down live from Paris. Ooh. Whoa. Oh, it's so fun when there's a live version because you can hear the cheering, and I love listening to like where's the crowd extra excited. Um, okay. So this is very fun. This is a very like the live from Paris is funny because this ended up being like the live concert of Lover because the pandemic happened and Loverfest and Taylor's festival tour all got canceled and then overshadowed by the folklore era. So, and then the Taylor's versions. So this was like the one moment that Lover had in the spotlight. So yeah, the spotlight again is coming up because when there's an audience, when there's a live performance, this is about like putting yourself forward. This is like if you've been working on something and you've been waiting to like release it, then this feels like a good time to like take the pressure off of yourself because you need to calm down and step forward and share that, whether that means like putting something online. The line on the internet is in the song. It could just mean sharing it with people in your circle. I'm getting a sense of like group energy because of the audience. So that could mean like the audience as a whole, like the whole world, but it could also just mean this is a time to let people who are close to you in on what you're working on. The message I'm getting is like it's okay to ask for support and to ask for help from people. So if you're working on a big project and you like look at the music video for You Need to Calm Down. It's a hugely collaborative video. So it's a time that you can invite your friends over to celebrate, whether virtually or in person. Like this is a time to let people in on like helping you with your work, but just celebrating you with your work. It's a celebratory song. There's a parade in it. So that's the reminder that I'm getting for you is like celebrate along the way with people who will lift you up like that. This is also an activist song. Taylor used the music video to promote the support of the Equality Act. So now is a good time to review your activist intentions and goals around your work. Check your inclusivity, check your research and your the education steps that you're taking to involve causes that you care about in your work. Now is a good time to like refresh that. I know for myself, I set intentions and I set practices for improving my inclusivity policies. And every now and then I just need to revisit them, refresh them, make sure that I am doing the best that I can to bring that to my work. So now is a good time to have a project around that kind of study. And the other line that stood out to me was, can you just not? So is there anything that like you're putting that feels too stressful in your work that like, is there anything that you're really fixated on that doesn't need to be that hard? Can you just not? Can you drop something completely? Can you do something in a different way? Can you outsource? Can you ask for help? Now is a good time to reevaluate that of like, is there like a more fun way to go about this? So keep that energy in mind as you are choosing your work projects for this month. I'm going to get to the other readings now, but if you're buying your own passion planner, use my code Zandra1 at checkout for a discount. And if you would like to further your Taylor Swift journey, to further your Taylor Swift reading experience with me, I have one-on-one offerings. I have monthly readings on Patreon. I will leave all the links below. And until next time, happy March, enjoy. And I wish you all the best. Thanks for letting me read Taylor Swift songs for you. Darling, I'm a nightmare, just like a daydream. It's time for your reading. Okay, I am about to press shuffle on the complete works of Taylor Swift to determine your personal focus for March 2022. Christmas must be something more. Christmas in March. Okay, this is hilarious that you get a Christmas song in March. Christmas Must Be Something More from Taylor's famous Christmas album back in the day. So, okay, I am taking this seriously, and I am getting a message that this is like a spirituality month. We are in Pisces season, and the lyrics go like, Christmas must be something more. This is a desire to delve deeper, uncover the deeper meaning of things. Like, just investigate feelings, investigate spirituality, whatever that means for you. The song is about like what society has deemed to be Christmas time activities, the commercialization of it. This is very much a early precursor for Christmas Tree Farm, one of my favorite Taylor Swift songs ever. She was clearly onto these topics very early on in her career. And so maybe this is about like an early discovering of what spirituality means to you. So in particular, it's Pisces season. It's the end of the astrological year. Ooh, yeah, it's the end of the astrological year, just like Christmas comes at the end of the calendar year. So it's that same kind of wrapping things up and tying them with a bow kind of energy. So yeah, not superficial, 100 mile an hour lives. So where in your life are you going too fast, too furious to really pay attention to what actually matters? There's a line, something we all forgot. So maybe look back to December all the time, or just right now, and consider like what were you investigating in terms of your spirituality and your personal growth? What were you paying attention to back then? If you do use Passion Planner, look at the focuses that you set for that month, in particular your personal focus. How's that going? How has that panned out over the past few months? What have you forgotten? Like, what did you start back then, or that maybe you didn't have time to completely wrap up or continue due to the hectic chaos of the Christmas season, perhaps. There's also the line birthday boy. So do you have any friends or significant people in your life who were born in either March or at Christmas time? They might play a role in this personal focus for you this month. So something to consider. Christmas must be something more. Always remember Christmas in March. I feel called as well to mention that I really love tracking the seasons of my menstrual cycle, and I like to refer to them as seasons, as I've learned from Claire Baker and the book Period Power by Maisie Hill. And so since the different seasons of the menstrual cycle are like represented by metaphor of the seasons of the year, I refer to the first day of my cycle as Christmas Day. It's like the most heightened day of the winter part of the cycle. And so I actually have a Taylor Swift playlist called 28 Days of Taylor Swift, where I chose one song for each day of the menstrual cycle as I experience it. And so I feel like mentioning that, and I'll link to that playlist here, just because this is a Christmas song that's not at Christmas time. That's one way that I observe Christmas every month of the year. And so if you have a period as well, maybe that day one of your cycle will be a good time to really implement this message of like introspection, do some journaling, spend some time investigating spirituality and what have you forgotten, like what needs to come to the surface. Okay, now it's time for your work focus. Ooh. You got the lucky one, Taylor's version. All right, for this one, I looked up a quote that Taylor has said about this song, where she says, "It kind of expresses my greatest fear of having this not end up being fun anymore," referring to her career. So this song really seems to go with your other song, Christmas Must Be Something More, as this overall theme of needing there to be some deeper meaning, not a superficial pursuit of success. Or like, this is not going to be a month for caring about what things look like. It's going to be more about what things feel like and what is fun for you, what you're passionate about, what really matters to you. Because The Lucky One is a song about looking back on a 60s queen in her prime, and thinking like, wow, she had it all. She was the lucky one. But it's delving deeper underneath that to like the sadness and the loneliness and how we don't really know what was going on in that person's life. And now Taylor, as she's singing the song, is reflecting on relating to that pull of the limelight and the glamour versus like what it actually is like as a human to experience that. It's not like as glamorous as it looks. So themes that are coming up around this song are comparison and competition, and you might be feeling burnt out and looking at people in your field or just people around you doing a similar thing to you and being envious of what they're doing or feeling like, I'm so far behind compared to everyone else. But this song is a reminder that you are on your own path, and the success that you see in other people might not be exactly as it seems. So it's going to be really important to draw on that spiritual groundedness in your personal focus to guide the work focus of making sure that what you do is fun. There are camera flashes, so now might be a good time to take some photos. I know I need some new headshots, but if photography is relevant at all to something that any of your work projects, now is a good time for that. Also, the line 60s queen, maybe draw some inspirations from who you admire from the 60s, watch some films, listen to some music, admire the fashion. If you have any favorite 60s queens, favorite 60s icons, now is a time to draw on them for inspiration. And finally, Rose Garden over Madison Square is a call to retreat in nature. And yes, this is part of your work focus. I find it so valuable to go for walks in nature, to just linger among the trees, literally smell the roses. That is going to be an important part of balancing your stress and staying creative and inspired this month. So maybe when you're seeking inspiration or you're looking for like some source of like a break to recharge from your work, choose the Rose Gardens over Madison Square. Go into nature rather than into town. Maybe get some actual roses for your desk. How lovely would that be? So those are your readings for March 2022. You've got quite a pair of songs there. So I'm going to go on to the next reading. And if you are buying your own passion planner, you can use my discount Zandra1 at checkout. And if you'd like to continue your Taylor Swift reading journey with me, I offer one-on-ones and I offer a monthly reading tier on my Patreon, so you can find the links to those in the description. Thank you for letting me listen to Taylor Swift songs on your behalf. Go enjoy and let me know how it goes. Bye. Group 3, Kaleidoscope of Loud Heartbeats Undercoats. First, I am going to do your personal song for March 2022. Dancing with Our Hands Tied. Reputation. This might be a rough month. And what I mean by that is like, it's dancing with our hands tied. You might feel like your hands are tied this month. Like, it might not feel like the most obvious progress, but you can dance. You can dance through it, even though you have your hands tied. Taylor has spoken about this song and said that it was about the early days of her relationship with Joe and how they had to keep their relationship a secret and like navigating all of that difficult stuff. But we know how that turned out. So this could be like the early stages of working through something, starting something that will pay off eventually. But this month, like, don't be hard on yourself if you don't feel like if you're feeling kind of stagnant. Remember that, like, shake out that energy, shake it off, and like dance through it. This is a go with the flow kind of month for you, and like keep going in the direction that you want to be going. The number 25 stood out, 25 years old. So if that connects to anything for you, that could point to what this area is in your life. And yeah, first time as well. So I'm really feeling like, are you starting something? Are you starting a project? This is going to be the start of Aries season on the 20th of March. That's the beginning of the astrological year. So first time we're starting that new calendar cycle again. And whatever personal projects that you set in motion this month, whatever you determine for your personal projects and passion planner, for example, it might like be a slow and steady and maybe like frustrating kind of stagnant energy to start with, but stay the course, keep on dancing, and it will pay off, just maybe not immediately. So have patience and dance moves. Because the thing is, the word gravity stands out to me here. It's like, it's gravity keeping you with me. What you are drawn to do this month, what projects you are drawn to are like, don't be discouraged by this reading of like, it's going to be hard. Do the things that you feel like you just can't not do anyway. It's worth getting that in motion. It's worth starting that now, even though it's not going to necessarily pan out immediately. I'm also getting activist energy from this song. Fears that the world would divide us. I don't know if this song is also drawing inspiration on any other relationships in Taylor's past that perhaps the world would have a less approving outlook on. But yeah, consider that as well, as like the factors that could be in your way are like systemic change that needs to happen. So like, be aware that when you're choosing your projects, there might be factors out of your control, be they your superstardom, fame, and reputation, or if there are just like unjust systems that are out of alignment with what you personally want to do. And so maybe now is a good time to like figure out what you can do to make change on a larger scale that will not only help you and serve you and your projects, but others with similar endeavors as well in the future. And like now, just helping everybody. One other random thing that stood out was the lyric, water rushes in. So stay hydrated and take a bath. Maybe this feels very Cedric Diggory of me to say, but yeah, maybe a bath, showers for like thinking energy, go for a swim. I'm really getting the sense that like this is going to be kind of a tight feeling month potentially. And so make sure that you do what you need to in your body to move, replenish, and like stay flowing in yourself, even though what you're working on might feel stuck. You can still, this is a good opportunity to practice that of like staying fluid and flowy in yourself, no matter what you're up against. All right, work focus. Superstar Taylor's version. Did I just say superstardom? I'm pretty sure I just said that. This is wrong, but... That's so funny that I literally just said superstardom and it was as a joke, but then it came up anyway. I'm getting a really clear message from this. You ready? Okay, so in your professional life this month, I want you to reach out to somebody that you look up to, that you feel like, oh my gosh, if I could talk to that person, that would be amazing. But maybe they feel like too out of your league. So reach out to a role model of yours, to a dream mentor of yours. If you're like applying for jobs or internships, like go for the top thing, go for the superstar place. Like just go directly, just try it. Why not? Now is a good time for you to do that. How exhilarating. This month, there is the potential that something could come of that. Like I can see you having a conversation or a coaching call or just like some sort of interaction with somebody in your area of work that you admire. It's a great time for that. On the flip side, it's also a good time for people to be noticing you, like you're the superstar as well, and don't you forget it. So keep an eye out for people who you could be a mentor for, because that role is just so rewarding to solidify your own experience, to learn from people who are at a different stage of the craft as you, whether it's somebody who is further along from you or somebody who could learn from you. I just find that whole dynamic of sharing knowledge from different parts of the process to be so valuable, and that's going to be an important area for you to explore this month. So keep an eye out for opportunities both ways, and for peers as well, like for fellow superstars. Now is a good time to just like, I don't know, gush over each other. Like oh my gosh, I'm learning so much from you. Yeah, you're so cool. that kind of thing. Yeah, there's a line, saw your face. I see you like having a face-to-face conversation with somebody that you were like, whoa, I never thought I could have a conversation with this person. There is also this rebel energy that's going along with what I was picking up from Dancing with Our Hands Tied of like, could you be the person that deals with change on a bigger level to untie other people's hands as well? That rebel energy, Aries is also in this song of, it starts with, this is wrong, but, and breaking all my rules to see you. Like what rules need to be broken? What systems need to be taken down? This is an invitation to like adjust the way that you think things need to be done. Like what are you pulled towards that you feel like, I really want to do this, but it doesn't make sense. It doesn't seem strategic. This isn't the way that it's normally done. Now is a good time to question, well, could I change the industry? Could I change the way that this is normally pursued so that it has all of the good parts and less or none of the parts that I really don't like? Now is a time to think about things in a different perspective. So there you go. There's your personal and your work focus for the month of March 2022. Thank you for letting me read Taylor songs for you. I am so happy to do that. And if you would like to delve further in your Taylor Swift reading journey with me, I offer one-on-ones. I offer monthly readings on Patreon, so you can find the links to that in the description for this video. And if you would like to buy your own passion planner, you can get a discount with my code Zandra1 at Passion Planner checkout. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next time. Have a great March. Bye.